I've been emailing somebody about volunteering in Panama, and they wanted toothbrushes, combs and underwear for the children. So I've just come to these two places. We'll see what they've got. Hi, so I just got back from lunch with Jeremy. I went to the office and had lunch with him and his friends. And then I went to Dollar Tree because I wanted to get some bits and bobs for when we go to Panama. So we're going tomorrow, and Wednesday I'm going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm volunteering all day in an orphanage. So I've been emailing this woman and asked her what they wanted, like what they needed. She told me a couple of weeks ago usually they need things like diapers and formula, but she messaged saying they need toothbrushes, combs and underwear. So I got 3 packs of toothbrushes for $1, and I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I got 10 packs of those. So I've got 10 packs of those, which means I've got 30 toothbrushes. And then the combs, there was 12 in a pack for $1, and I got 5 packs of those. So I've got 60 combs. So 60 combs and 30 toothbrushes. And I'll try and find some underwear while I'm there, I guess, if they got the shops there. Hopefully they're the right sort of thing they want. I don't know how many children there are, so I might have to go back and do a bit more shopping somewhere. But anyway, I've got those for now, so that's good. Just so you know, this is what I'm dealing with. Got to all be packed today. Good morning, so today's the day we're leaving Miami. We're going to go to Panama this afternoon, so I thought I'd show you where I've been staying for the last couple of weeks. This is our building on this street, and you come in this gate and there's all these different places, and ours is the first one here. So I've just been to a cafe where I had some breakfast and edited my video from last week, and then we're now about to go for some sushi for lunch, and then we're going to head to the airport, and we fly at about 5 PM tonight. Bon appétit!
Thank you.
Is that it? We're in Panama! So just arrived after the 3-hour flight and checked into our hotel. I'll show you around. So we've got a little kitchen and then a table with a desk, got the sofa, a huge double bed, and then the bathroom. This is our home for the next 4 days, I think, 4 nights. Good morning, so we're up now. I slept really well in that huge bed. I'm just about to go for breakfast, and then I'm going to get a taxi to the orphanage. I'm a bit nervous about getting a taxi on my own, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And I'm also a bit nervous about the orphanage. As well, because I don't know, I hope it's not too upsetting, and I don't know, we'll see, but I'm a bit nervous. We've just walked up to see the pool, and it's a rooftop. I think Jeremy's going to spend his day here. Jeremy's going to be doing his bodybuilding in here later on. Oops. And so for the orphanage I had to wear closed-toe shoes, things past my knees, and something covering my shoulders, and no cleavage, so this is what I've gone for. Look a bit daft, but never mind. So I've gone for toast and banana. Jeremy's got a mixture. Look at this cool dude working hard. Hello. So, I came back from the orphanage. I'll talk about that later. And I went for lunch at like a vegan place, which I showed you what we'd eaten, so I didn't say that now. And then we just sat up by the pool for a little bit, which was nice. Sat in the shade because it's bloody hot in the sun. I'm now just going to go for a walk around. I think we're going to go down to the coast. So yeah, I don't know where we're going to go yet, but we'll see. Look at how crazy these wires are. Isn't that mental? Look at these ones. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, bloody hell. Bit provocative.
Rodillas.
Does that mean big bum?
Knees.
Big knees? Oh well.
Mujer in the rodillas. Woman on the knee.
Oh. Yeah, it's a bit...
Rodillas. Oh, beer must be cheap here.
Yeah, beer must be like 20p. It's so funny here that you've got like tall glass buildings next to old apartment blocks. Some tropical birds up there, you can hear them tweeting.
Ah, you see at the airports that toucan everywhere.
No?
So one day that running here, I think, is just killing you more than anything.
So this is our current view. I think the old Panama town is down there, because I think it's the bit that sticks out. But that's not bad, is it? And then there's this park with, well, I say park, there's not much greenery. And there's these tall buildings. Which comes back round to Jeremy doing panoramic. I was just saying to Jeremy that this bit looks like a water painting, a watercolour painting. Looks like brush strokes. played live music, and they've got food, but they've also got mojitos for $4.50. So I've come to this place for dinner, and they serve empanadas, but they don't speak a word of English. Not empanadas, what's it called?
Arepas.
Arepas. They don't speak any English, and we don't speak any Spanish, so we kind of ordered something without really knowing. Jeremy's got meat and I've got chicken, so we'll see. I've just come up to see Panama City at night time. This is the view from our hotel, which is pretty nice. Good morning, so I'm going back to the orphanage today. The woman who showed me around yesterday lives where we're staying actually, so she's taking me rather than me having to get a taxi, which is quite good. It also means that I'll have about a 20-minute car journey to ask her some questions that I might have. I'm hoping I'm going to be with the babies again today, even though I didn't tell you about that from yesterday. I'll do that when I get home this evening. That was so cute, so I want to go back and see them. But I think either way it'll be fun, because I think the kids have good fun as well. So yeah, looking forward to it. Good morning, Panama. Good morning. Oh, it's actually the afternoon. I woke up this morning feeling really ill, so I didn't sleep well last night at all. I was awake a lot of the night, and I had a sore throat and just generally felt a bit groggy, and then this morning I woke up feeling even worse. So I didn't go to the orphanage today, which is such a shame because I was looking forward to seeing them again. But I need to look after myself and also the kids, because if I go in with a cold and then, you know, make a bunch of other kids ill, it's not very good. So I decided I wouldn't go in today and I'd rest up a bit. I'm feeling a little bit better now because I've been in bed most of the morning actually. But I thought I'd video and talk to you about the orphanage because I didn't really talk about it on Wednesday or Thursday because I was super busy. So Wednesday I went to the Hearts Cry Foundation office and spoke to Anna. She talked to me about the orphanage and about how this foundation started. It was from a couple who couldn't have children, so they wanted to adopt children from other countries, and they came to Panama and saw how long it takes and how hard it is to adopt the children here, and how basically when the children are put into orphanages in Panama, most of them stay there their entire childhood, because it costs a lot of money and it takes ages, and it's just hard to get them out of the system basically. So they, in 2013 I think it was, they managed to change one of the Panama laws to make it easier for adoption. In this company they do adoptions for free, so that it doesn't cost the families lots of money to want to adopt a child. What else? I went to the orphanage, and said before that she was telling me about the children there and how they've come from different families and different backgrounds, and what to do, what not to do, what to expect, and all this sort of thing. That actually got a little bit upset while she was talking to me, and I said to her that I was a bit worried about seeing the children. No, not the children, I was worried about seeing the babies, and I told her that I'd lost a child last year, which was still quite raw for me, and I ended up crying a little bit, which is embarrassing, never mind. Well, it's not embarrassing, I'm human, I mean it was shit. Anyway, and so she said, okay, well, we'll see, maybe we'll get you not with the babies today, you know, even with the older kids. And then when we got there, they wanted people helping with the babies. So I started with just cleaning the floor and cleaning the cribs and things like this. And I wasn't really sure how much or how little I was supposed to be doing, like what I was allowed to do and what I wasn't allowed to do, because she said to me that even though for children's development, when they cry, it's good for them to receive love and attention, to know that they're wanted and they're needed, and, you know, if they're upset, somebody will be there for them. It's good for their mental health now, but also for them as adults. But at the same time, she said you can't really pick them up too much and cuddle them because the carers that work there full time don't do that, so they can't get used to you picking them up, and then when you're not there, they'll not have that support system that they're used to. So it was quite difficult. So the first day I kind of was like at their crib holding their hands or stroking their heads and things like this, and just being there with them. And then at lunchtime we fed the babies, which was so cute. I love feeding babies, and they get it everywhere, don't they? And I ended up feeding the youngest one, who's 4 months old, this little boy. And it was really nice. It was nice to feed him, but it was a bit like, oh my god, that should be my child. Well, just because Lewis would have been 6 months now, so it was hard to feed like a child younger than what he would have been. And anyways, that was a bit weird. The babies on Wednesday, so there was 13 babies in a room that wasn't huge. I mean, it had the 13 beds, so they had a crib each, and then a couple of chairs and a couple of tables, and that was about it really. We had to wear blue gowns, as if what they wear in hospitals, and like the hairnet, and wash our hands any time we entered or left the room. But the people there, they try their best. You can tell they try their best, but it is still hard to see because, I mean, the babies are in clean clothes, in clean beds, they're fed regularly, they're looked after, they get their naps, they get everything that a baby would need, absolutely. Like, they're really good. It was better than I was expecting, to be honest. But at the same time, I think the babies there, well, the children as well, are lacking a bit of love because you're not really supposed to cuddle them and love them and things like this. I feel like that's the only thing that's really missing. Like, in terms of care, they are taken care of. Like, they get, like I said, the clothes and the food and everything they would need. Just not the emotional support, which was quite hard to deal with when you've got crying babies and you can't really cuddle them. And then yesterday I spent the whole day at the orphanage, so I was there at about, Anna lives in the same area as me, well, as where we're staying here in Panama City. So she drove me down in the morning. We left at 8 and got there about 8:30. And this time I was with the older children to start with, and I think there's about 25 of them between the ages of, so the babies that I looked after on the Wednesday were from 0 to 2 years old, and then when they get to 2 years old they go to the next section, which is 2 to 6 year olds, but then there's also 2 older children. There's a 13-year-old or 13 or 14-year-old girl who's got Down syndrome, and then there's a boy who I think he's about 10, who's got Down syndrome and autism. So he doesn't communicate much at all, he doesn't speak, he can be quite aggressive. So all they do all day is play, sleep and eat, basically. They don't have schooling or go anywhere particularly fun apart from the park, which again I found hard. I feel like these children aren't going to know how to read or write or anything, really. So you can tell they're going to have to get into a life of crime or something when they're older, because they're not going to have much choice, opportunity-wise, if you can't read or write. And Anna was actually saying to me on Wednesday that children that are in orphanage and care in the system like this, they often have a lower IQ and slower rates of learning, and it's a lot harder for them later in life because they've not had that good start in life. And I can see why, because like I say, they don't know how to read or write or count even, I don't think, some of them, and there's not the essential kind of teaching that should be there, but then they are taken care of in the terms of, like, they get clean clothes, they get food, they get washed all the time, they get clean beds, and they get the basic essentials, the things that you need, but they don't get the extra things like education and love and care and support and the other things that children need that aren't quite, I mean, I think they're essential, but they're not as essential as, obviously food and water and somewhere to sleep. So it was quite tough, to be honest. So yeah, it was weird. I'm glad I've seen it firsthand, even though it was hard to see, but it was nice knowing that I'd been there and I'd made some of the children, not all of the children, the older ones didn't really interact with me much, and they were just busy doing their own thing, playing with their friends and things. But the younger ones especially, it was nice knowing that I was there to give them a cuddle when they were crying, or to make some of them laugh and smile and, have a nice day, really. So then last night, after I came back from the orphanage, I was tired and I had a sore throat anyway, I could feel it coming. So I've been looking at going to the Sandbox Islands for weeks and weeks now, and it's always super expensive. It's like $500 per person for like 2 nights or 2 or 3 nights, and it's like we can't afford to pay that much. So Jeremy read a blog post of this girl who'd been travelling for the past 8 years, I think, and she recommended going to this hostel, and apparently you can pay your travel to Sandbox Islands individually and then pay the tax and then pay the families that you live with, $25 per night, whereas the other places it was like $65 per night. So obviously these companies are just doubling everything and keeping the rest for themselves, whereas this way you do it, you know, you pay the locals and you pay the people rather than the middleman. So that's booked. So we're going tomorrow morning. It's picking us up at 5 a.m, I think, or 5:30. So today I've just been sleeping this morning, laying in bed trying to relax and recover and, you know, save my energy, because I think tomorrow's going to be a long day, getting up super early and travelling and then, you know, being on an island. So I think we're going to go and sit by the pool for a bit. Jeremy's already up there. I'm going to go and sit by the pool for a bit, and then we'll see for the rest of the day. We might be going for dinner with Anna, which is the woman from the orphanage thing, because I've got loads of questions I'd like to ask her, and I was wondering about doing some photography for them or videography, and she asked me actually yesterday if I would photograph the inauguration of a new orphanage that they're opening. It's going to be especially for special needs children, and that's going to be in Cologne on the 17th of March. So hopefully I'll go and photograph that, which would be a good experience for me, but also, you know, it'd be nice to go and see it since I've been told all about it. And so yeah. So I'm feeling a bit better now after being ill all day. Still got a bit of a sore throat, but I'm alright. We went and got some snacks for the next couple of days. We got like nuts and biscuits and crisps and things, and we're just about to go and meet a friend by this girl Anna that works at the orphanage thing. We're going to meet her for dinner with her husband, so that should be quite nice. Good morning, it's 5 a.m. on Saturday. We got up about half an hour ago, and we're going to the Sandbox Islands today, so we're just waiting for a jeep to come pick us up, and then hopefully we'll be there for about lunchtime. So the taxi dropped us off here, and this is where we're going to get the boat to our family. I think we're staying with the Franklins. So there's the boats here. We don't know which one we're getting on yet. And then all the cars are parked there. So I think this is our boat. And there's Jeremy. So we've just arrived in paradise, but they don't have our room reservation. This is my bed, this is Jeremy's bed, and apparently we're sharing with one other guy. It's just a straw hut. So that's our 2 beds. I don't know where the other guy's going to sleep because there's no mattress.
Hello.
I've got hiccups.
I'm getting on.
Yeah. So we're number 15. So I think they're calling us for lunch. So we've just had lunch of rice, fish and vegetables, and we're just going for a walk around the island. Ja, ja. Ja, da ist doch, das ist gut raus. Ja, wahrscheinlich. I don't know if you're going to hear me, but we came on a trip, a little boat trip, so we've just been swimming in a wreck, which is there. And I think we're then going to go to some starfish place, where there's starfish. And this is the island that we're on. And that's the view. Jeremy's bum. So there's an island there, a couple of islands over there. There's that one, if you can see. There's literally one tree and that's it. This place is paradise on earth, like I've never seen anything like it. I think this one's a camping one because there's lots of tents and hammocks and things. Yeah, we just found a nice shell. How cute is that? So we've now come to an island where apparently there's lots of starfish. This could be quite fun.
Maybe Australia.
Yeah.
Why even beach? So warm.
It's so clear as well, the water is so clear and so warm. So these are the Gunayala things that they make and they sell. Jeremy's just spotted a starfish. Hermit crabs, isn't it?
Berber. So we are currently the only two people on this small island, which you can see behind me. Jeremy's there, looking for starfish. So we've been to one island where we went to swim in a shipwreck, which is really cool. And then we went to a place that's like a swimming pool in the ocean because there's just sand and it's underwater, but not much kind of goes up to your knees or your hips. So it's like a swimming pool in the middle of the water. And then now we've come to this place for looking at starfish, but we've seen like 3. So there's not loads, but look, that's how small the island is. I've got a towel around me to stop myself burning because I feel like I've burnt like a bloody lobster today. So I'm trying to prevent any more damage. Oh my god. That literally must be a couple of days old. Hello. Good morning from paradise.
And red nose.
And red noses and red faces. Look how burnt my face is. It's awful. Got lots of bumps up here. Anyway. Just gonna go for a morning swim. There's only people on the beach, which is quite nice. For the moment. Good morning. So I don't know if you can see my face today. I'll try and... You can see all those spots up there. And on my cheek. And then on my chin. I think it's basically from yesterday. I got sunburnt. And I don't know why, but I've got loads of spots, so yeah, that's happened today. So we're staying out of the sun today. We've just been laying in the shade this morning, laying under the trees and laying under the shade of the huts, which is what I'm doing now. There's a hut there. And then this is our view. So we're staying in the shade today, staying out of the sun because we're both a bit burnt, and especially with my face. Jeremy's just gone to get lunch, which I think is going to be rice and fish, like yesterday. I was asked him to bring it here because I don't really want to sit at the table while people are eating with my face looking this horrific and this horrible. So I think we're going to sit and eat here today, which might actually be quite nice because we don't really talk to people here anyway. Like, some of them are kind of made friends with one another, but I'm here to be with Jeremy really rather than make friends. So it's quite nice to have lunch here. I'm currently reading Into the Water, still reading it, getting there. About another 150 pages to go. So maybe I'll finish it one day. Jeremy's reading Crushing It, which I think he's really enjoying. So yeah, I'll just start to have lunch. And I think more of the same this afternoon. I think I'm going to have a nap in the shade and then maybe go for a swim later on. We'll see. So this is our lunch. We've got rice and beans with salad and fish and watermelon.
And you know, from yesterday.
Yeah, I had the same yesterday, and this is our lovely view. And we're sat in the shade of this hut. This is too hot in the sun. So it's currently 4:48, and they've just called they've got like a shell that they blow as like a horn to say that the food's ready. So Jeremy's gone to get that. I would go usually, like yesterday we ate with everybody, but today because my face is so horrible, I don't want to kind of scare everyone. So I imagine it's going to be fish and rice and salad again, as it has been the last 3 meals. But anyway, we've got a nice spot on the beach. And I'm wearing Jeremy's cap to keep the sun off me, so I look like a right idiot today, but never mind. What is it then? Oh, I've got chips!
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Oh, I don't like this crab stick though. No dessert again.
Nope.
Oh wow. Here he comes. Oh, I zoomed in as well.
She's still a kid before. It's one of the two Indians.